I came back to Two Rivers in 2000, and I joined Grace Congregational Church. I was born and raised in Two Rivers, and I was a member of St. John's Lutheran Evangelical Church, but I didn't believe in all of the programs that they had and didn't have. I was very interested in Grace, and they allowed everybody and anybody to be a member of the church.
Well, first of all, my father was a Baptist minister. So I've been going to church ever since I can remember. So I've always been in the church.
Well, ever since I was younger, I was going to church. My mom was originally a pastor, so we would often go to church, but one of the churches that I remember the most in my childhood would be Bethlehem UCC. About 5 years ago now, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it was kind of my 4th grade year where it was kind of that stressful time where you're going up to middle school, and so it kind of hit me a little hard, but eventually she got better and her scans were clear, and now whenever she goes in for her annual scan, it's always clear. So I guess I knew God was there because he helped her get through it.
I'm glad I have Jesus and God in my life. When you go through difficult things, it helps to get through them when you know that you have God and that he loves you and that helps you get through.
We actually found Grace through friends that had joined before we had, and they invited us to come and visit. Because we were struggling with the church that we were attending, and we didn't feel that it was nourishing our faith the way we wanted. So they invited us to come here, and we've been here over 20 years.
Like, my mom was a pastor, and often our sister church or our partner church would be this church. And also my dad would often do like a week, like 4 weeks of Bible studies here in a year. Like, so I would come to Sunday school and talk with everyone. So I guess they're just old family friends.
Because we just like pretty much everything there is about Grace. We like the ministers, we like the people, we like the services, the music. We love it, the fact that all these people are so musically talented here in the church.
The judgment is left to God. Some churches seem to spend a lot of time judging other people, whether it's how you dress or what you do. And we don't feel that here. We feel people are much more loving and living their faith.
What is unique about Grace is that there's a variety of people. There's young people, there's retired people, there's family, and they all come to one church together.
They just seem to know when you need someone, and our pastors here are so good and so helpful to us.
There are a number of things that are unique in the fact that we try to do a lot with the children. We have a lot of children's programs. We have a lot of programs that are trying to help people outside of the church. So, we do different mission statements or programs. So you don't have to be a member here to enjoy some of the outpouring of love.
What's unique about Grace is It's on top of the hill. Nothing is above it. Everything is below. And that's what Christ is all about. Christ is on top of the mountain, and all his followers are below him. But you don't feel that way. You feel like you're a part of the church, and you're a part of Christ.
They're well-rounded, they're well-versed. They work with Hope House, they work with all these different walks, with the Miracle League. They work with the youth. They take the youth on trips. I think the music program here is very outstanding. And I think the fact that they give back to the community a lot. And like Larry was saying, you don't necessarily have to be a member of Grace in order to take advantage of some of their programs. I worked Christmas Day in our room in here, where I washed dishes. We fed over 300 or 400 people, and most of them were not members of Grace. They were people in the community, the elderly people, the people that were by themselves, that didn't have a family to go to on Christmas Day, and they served over 400 meals. So that's a very unique thing.
It's just, I think we're just such a welcoming and open church that it's just like kind of a church that brings people in.